Cowboys friends, Cowboys fans, Cowboys family, what's going on? It's your boy Foots, real name Bradley McDonald. Foots the King is my IG name. It should pop up on the screen right now. Drummer, producer, DJ, and in my spare time, I like to take notes on the Cowboys and I like to talk about the Cowboys, the Dallas Cowboys. You see that? We're trying to get some more of those, y'all. A little under the weather. My sinus is killing me, but nonetheless, I was at work. Got a good workout in the day. I feel good. I feel fresh. I got a chance to really recap the Detroit game and just get some nuggets from that game, and just also talk about our game plan against Philly and what we're gonna try to do. And so some of the things I might say in this video might surprise you or they might not. However, thanks for always rocking. Thanks for always watching. So let's get right into it. Taking some notes. I'm going to first actually recap the Detroit game and some things that I saw, and then just kind of what I think we'll do against Philly. So, something that really irritated me and that I said I'm going to have to look forward, think about watching in the future as far as this team goes. In the playoffs, you may be facing an Aaron Rodgers, you may be facing a Matt Ryan, you may be facing elite quarterbacks, and the last thing that you want to do is give them short yardage. And what do you mean, Foots? Well, I mean, your run fits have to be on point. And when this team and this defense has been good, our run fits have been on point. So I say all that to say, as I broke down this game, our offense was good. Boom, 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 21 points. Well, 14 straight points, and then we stalled, and then right before halftime, we scored. Our offense back on track against a decent Detroit defense, but, running the ball, Dak play action, we've all sung our offense's praises. What scared me, though, was this player, pretty much no-name, Zach Zenner, looking like Jim Brown those first couple drives. And so, in the heat of a game, you don't really understand what's going on. But when I went back and watched the film, two things dawned to me. Number one, no DeMarcus Lawrence on the right side. Number two, when Randy Gregory did play the right, I believe he rushed the right. A lot of times, his gap discipline, that's what I wrote down in my film breakdown, his gap discipline was terrible. Meaning, he didn't even make it. It was one play where Eric Ebron kicked out on him, and he didn't even put up a fight because he was so poorly out of position. I think that was the one he scored on. Also, Maliek Collins' first half was not good at all. And Maliek Collins is one of my favorite players. But his first half wasn't good at all. Not to mention, we lost our best run stopper, which is Terrell McClain. Mixed with the fact there's no DeMarcus Lawrence and there's no Tyrone Crawford. Now, I don't want Tyrone Crawford back in Terrell McClain's position, but in Maliek Collins' position as that under tackle, but I do like Tyrone in on running downs at left defensive end because he plays the run very well and he plays with discipline. Meaning, when I say gap discipline, I mean, as a DN, on second and first downs, if you're constantly getting washed out, if you're not playing discipline, meaning you're not standing that tackle up, if that tackle is able to wash you out, which they were doing to Randy Gregory, that's when you start getting those big 7-yard, 8-yard gains, when really that should be a 2-yard, 3-yard gain. And it's harder for your linebackers to get freed up. You want your linebackers to be able to play free. Well, if they're getting washed out, then the guard can get to the second level because he doesn't have to kick out and help that left tackle or that right tackle, then you're in trouble. And that's what happened. Even with Zenner, he was able to see the hole and hit it. Now Barry Church has to come up and make a tackle. Now Sean Lee's getting, blocked by guards. So it's tricky. I said all that to say, missing Lawrence, missing Crawford, and missing Terrell McClain was huge in that first drive, in those first couple drives. And I'll be looking and watching that because, again, when you're playing elite offenses, Green Bay has Ty Montgomery running the ball, but it doesn't matter. Aaron Rodgers, and even when we rush Aaron Rodgers on passing downs and Russell Wilson, gap discipline is so important from my D line. I gotta have it because you're thinking about a Russell Wilson and an Aaron Rodgers. It's not just the rush. It's also making sure that they don't get out on the run, start making plays. Now it's broken plays down the field. Now they got Jordy Nelson doing things and Randall Cobb. And obviously, I forget Doug Baldwin in Seattle. Now, Matt Ryan's a little bit of a different animal. He's not going to run, but again, you still got to get pressure on him. So it's all these things just kind of looking forward in the future that I saw kind of in Detroit that I didn't like. However, in the second half of that game, D-line became much more disciplined. I thought J.J. Wilcox this year, he always has a play in the game to where he just kind of changed the game. In Seattle, he had in San Francisco, he had a pass breakup against Detroit. Against the Giants, he had a big play the first game. He's always doing something, and even that hit that he put on Zinner, it kind of just like, that was the play that just stopped their run. Our run fits were way better. Malik Collins ended up playing much better in the second half. He ended up with a sack. You know, it's crazy that Malik Collins missed all of training camp. Now think about that. A rookie misses all of training camp, playing a very hard position to transition to an NFL. And now he has 5 sacks as an under tackle. That's pretty amazing, y'all. So, you know, kudos to just Dallas and their drafting, again, on both sides of the ball. So, again, I just think that, you know, D-line discipline was one of the biggest nuggets that I took away. Another thing that I did like about what Dallas did, when we went to our dime package and we brought more DBs in the game, meaning that we had Wilcox, we had Church playing down, we had Jeff Heath doing his thing in the back end. Now, they didn't know where Sean Lee was coming from. I love that. And that's, to me, what Dallas is going to have to do against, you know, Matt Ryan and good, you know what I'm saying, solid quarterbacks, more or less. So, again, it's just one of those things that I want Dallas to look forward to. I want Cowboys fans to look forward to in the future when it comes to, like, well, why is Devontae Freeman, if he's breaking off big runs, this, that, and the third? Because it's something that we're going to have to watch for, yo. It's scary because you got to think. You can't give Matt Ryan 3rd and 4s, 3rd and 3s all game. You want to put him in weird down and distance because that's what I think we'll end up playing in the NFC Championship because that's where I have us going. Now, moving forward to the Philly game, didn't really do much of a breakdown on Philly because, honestly, I didn't really feel the need to because the game is meaningless in this sense. It really won't be an X's in those games. It'll be the way Jason Garrett is. He's going to want to keep his guys sharp, fresh, and he's about order and he's about consistency. So what he'll do is, I believe he'll play this game like a 3rd preseason game. I believe the starters will play all the way up until the 3rd quarter. Then you'll see Mark Sanchez. Obviously, the report came out this week that Tony wasn't going to be the backup this week. It was going to be Mark Sanchez, which is smart to me. Why do you want Tony in there with, you know, Tyron Smith has an injury. So why do you want Tony in there with Emmett Cleary playing left tackle so he can get hurt? It makes absolutely no sense. So, you know, it's just not the smartest thing when you really think about it. And I think that, you know, Dallas has nothing to play in. We all know that Philly, it's the NFC East game. Who knows who they'll be trying to hurt. Secretly, I do want Zeke to get the record, but if he doesn't, he doesn't. So, if you're thinking about how Philly is going to play, who really cares? They have a good young quarterback in Wentz. Dallas has a good young quarterback in Dak. And I've always said, like, yo, Carson Wentz, great arm talent. I just don't know if he has the intangibles of a Dak. To me, nothing rattles Dak. Him playing at Mississippi State, him playing in the SEC, him knowing he knows who he is as a player, as a quarterback, and as a man. He's been through things. Nothing rattles Dak. When it comes to Wentz, great arm talent, great athlete, but I just don't know if he has the it factor. So I guess that's kind of like a Philly player breakdown. But no, I'm not going to break down the whole team because obviously Philly's season is over and Dallas' second season is about to begin. So I just want to get out this game healthy, and I think Dallas can do so. Yo, let me know what y'all think. Subscribe, like I said, I'm feeling a little under the weather, but had to bring y'all this video. That's a film breakdown of Detroit and just kind of what to look for against Philly this up-and-coming game. And then obviously I'm going to do a season recap. And then it's on to the playoffs, y'all. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you for listening to my music. Thank you for vibing with me. Peace.